I've never been a small cyclist. At 185 centimeters tall and with a top end weight from back in 2010 of 110 kilos. Yeah, you heard that right, 110. I now sit at 78. I still carry more muscle than most professional cyclists, but that hasn't stopped me from achieving climbing success on the bike. Earlier this year, a little heavier than I'd like to have been, I set out to lose some weight. Fast forward 5 weeks and I'd lost 7 kilos. I didn't starve myself, I didn't cut out food groups, I made 4 simple changes. In this week's video, I'm going to share with you exactly what I did and why. So to set the scene, in 2022, I undertook a 12-month challenge to climb 1,000,000 meters of elevation and do 52 Everests on 52 different climbs. I succeeded, and it required a whole lot of calories to do so. Fast forward to 2023, and I'd actually lost touch with what a more normal cycling schedule requires as far as calories go, and continued eating lots. I gained a few kilos and decided I wanted to lose them again. At 85 kilos, I decided I wanted to be down around the 78 to 80 kilo mark. I went and saw a nutritionist, Sylvia, here at Senate in Girona, to talk about my weight goals, and then started working towards actually losing some of the weight that I'd gained. Now, in the past, when I tried to lose weight, I've tended to get a bit obsessive about things. I cut entire food groups out, I starve myself, and you guessed it, I start to feel like shit. Inevitably, within a matter of weeks, I've gained the weight again. This time though, with the help of a qualified professional, I went about weight loss the right way. So let's start off. Change number 1, keeping a food diary. I spent a week preparing a food diary which captured every single thing that I ate. This might seem tedious, and it kind of is, but believe me, it's worth doing. It's amazing how much junk you eat without actually realizing it. From chocolate-coated rice cakes to afternoon slices of toast with butter and Vegemite. Sorry, I am Australian. I took this ridiculous diary into the nutritionist so that she could work out if and where I was going wrong, and this then gave us a really good starting point to make adjustments to.
8 squares of chocolate is like 300 calories, 18 grams of fat, 3 grams of protein, and 34 grams of carb, and that literally disappears like that. You have to be so careful how much you eat if you're trying to lose weight, because otherwise the calories just stack up. It's insane.
So change number 2, having a daily plan. The nutritionist weighed me, calculated my BMI, and worked out how many calories I needed to maintain my performance on the bike. The one thing that I wasn't going to jeopardize as part of my weight loss was performance while riding. Sylvia then tailored a specific eating plan around my requirements to ensure I was getting enough fats, carbs, and proteins while actually remaining full and without constant hunger. Having a daily plan based on all the duration of my rides removed all of the guesswork from my nutrition requirements and gave me a framework to follow daily. This really kept me on track as far as my calorie consumption goes, but also left me feeling in control, something that I really value when it comes to my training and my general approach to life. Change number 3, more vegetables. Vegetables are amazing. You can eat as many of them as you like, as often as you like. They're full of macronutrients and fiber, and so they actually keep you feeling fuller for longer. They're also relatively cheap to buy. One of the biggest changes we made was upping my vegetable consumption. Now, people complain that vegetables are boring, and before undertaking this weight loss journey, I'd have said the same, but I now realize that they just sometimes need a little bit of extra salt and seasoning. As an example, every night, I'll eat a whole onion, half a leek, a big handful of mushrooms, and a full zucchini. There's nutrients galore, my guts love me for it, and I no longer have hunger cravings to binge on crappy food.
So just before you came to start with the diet, you was 84.8, then you start the diet, and we dropped to 80.5, which is what we thought was the good range. I was so surprised today when I said like 77.5. Man, that's skinny. Yeah, but also, what is quite impressive is your waist. It was 84 centimeters only before we started this, and today it's 76.
And the final change number 4, watching the portion sizes. Before seeing the nutritionist, I just loaded up my plate with what I thought was appropriate. Wrong. For the first few weeks, you need to get into the habit of weighing your food. That includes the carbs, the proteins, and the fats. There's a big difference between 25 grams of nuts and a handful of nuts. Remember that. Within a couple of weeks, I got the hang of things and have since continued with the revised portion sizes. This makes a huge difference as it just stops you from overeating. So guys, there you have it. 4 changes I made to my diet and how I lost 7 kilos in 5 weeks without starving myself. My performance on the bike has remained the same and I feel way better for it. So there you go, guys. At the end of another video. Like, subscribe, let me know what you think. If you've got some weight loss tips that you've used in the past, I'd love for you to share them below. And I'll see you back here again next week. Happy eating.